Hey YouTube, what's up? We'll be reacting to The Horrors of Waterparks by Papa Meat. Came out 3 weeks ago. Send him a like because you already know it's gonna be a banger. But let's get into this. Let's see what we got here.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Coming sit down because today we're going to be talking about water parks. Summer is finally upon us, my friends. And that means
I don't
grilling,
know.
fireworks, and unfortunately the sweltering heat. I can't stand it. My fat body oozes sweat all the time. Horrible. So fat. So disgustingly fat.
We have this water park close to my house, and
No.
That's surprising. I feel like you're a big heat
I don't
guy.
know.
To beat the heat, some stay indoors in the nice air conditioning.
It's fun to
while
go with
others
some
take a
friends
dip
and
in the
stuff,
pool.
but
For
like
those who are
I just
seeking
knew
more
been
of
a
a
big
thrill,
fan.
water parks offer exciting and sometimes dangerous attractions. From fast-paced water slides to raging wave pools and soothing lazy rivers, water parks can be an exciting adventure for people of all ages. However, as time goes on, they become far less enchanting as a concept, especially as you get older
That
and
water
realize
slide
what's
was
going on behind
broken.
the scenes.
It was
Also, just
chipped
your eyes
off.
open to just being like, this is kind of disgusting. You know what I mean? When you're younger, you're like, what? When I was younger, my fat ass was just like, that's where I get Dippin' Dots. Go to the water park, I get all pruny and I eat my Dippin' Dots.
Can you imagine all the
Dippin'
people
Dots
who
are
don't
goated,
wipe
though.
properly and they're going in like the wave pool?
The don't wipe with shitty ass, mud butt. Oh, the amount of fecal dust or matter from dry poo poo has got to be crazy. The
Ew.
biggest thing for me is pee. There's no way there is a filtration system that can fill. I mean, you are just
That's the
getting
biggest thing?
covered and drinking pee. You know, I've been in a wave pool where kids have like, they're like, oh. Wow. They like put water on the dude sprout out. It's I'm like, oh, dude. Especially when I've like been sitting there, like I said, it's like a little fat ass kid just bobbing around. Definitely just took a piss, and I see like a little girl next to me, like, and I'm just like,
Yeah, little girl, no. Are you the one who took a piss?
oh yeah. I was a kid. I don't know. Listen, the older you get, the more you're like, that's disgusting. People, like, they're like, yeah, it's a joke, it's fun. Until after a while, it's a crime scene. It's a fucking crime scene. While they may still seem fun, water parks are some of the
That's a
grossest
wide
public places you
slide.
can attend. They're filled with various germs, parasites, and fecal matter. Shit, poo poo.
Parasites. I never thought about that.
Yeah, little bugs swimming around, actual germs and yeah, I'm telling you, it's a nightmare.
Is that
How
how
many-
tapeworms transfer? If
There's
you have
bugs,
tapeworms-
but, like,
you know what?
how many parasites
I have no
are in
idea,
the
but I'm gonna
chlorines? They-
immediately say yes.
A lot of parks put a
as we
ton
make our way through the
chlorine.
disgusting and dangerous world of water parks. Despite being known as a family-friendly attraction, most water parks are pretty disgusting and trashy. I think once
Oh.
again, as you get older, you realize that's
She just
every
got
single water park. I don't think
demolished.
is there a fancy water park considered a fancy water park?
I don't know. We had Wild Waters where I lived.
That already sounds like a trailer park. Where do you live? Wild Waters?
Wild
You know what
Waters
I'm
is
talking about?
crazy.
I'm trying to think of anyone. We had Oceans of Fun. And even that, once again, that sounds like an American Ninja course or something like that, doesn't it?
I think they're inherently trashy. Also, they
They
like,
gotta be.
they degrade very quickly with all the chlorine.
Well, that's why everything has like rust on it. Just because there's I mean, like,
Yeah,
that's
like
why
the
you,
metal?
look at stuff, you're gonna walk up the steps of this thing. You like look at the structure.
My
of it,
water
it's
park
all
did a
just, like,
whole
rusted and
renovation,
and just dripping.
colors
There's
and
just
stuff
water.
recently.
You're like, is that okay? Yeah, it's fine.
a year or two
Despite
ago,
being
so it's
known as
looking better,
family-friendly
but-
attractions, most water parks are pretty
That's
disgusting
why it
and
actually looked kind of
trashy.
fun.
Great Wolf Lodge is one of the most popular water parks in the U.S. with 23 locations across the country. There's even one around here. I went there once. Great Wolf Lodge is essentially like a log cabin themed hotel with a massive indoor water park, and there's like various restaurants
that looks
and
kinda
activities
cool.
inside, all geared towards children. It's basically like a place where
That thing
if,
is
if it's
awesome.
your, like, at least for when I grew up, it was like, oh, it's your birthday, I'm going to Great Wolf Lodge. You'd be like, whoa, because you go there, water park, there's like arcade, there's like interactive shit to do. As a kid, it's cool, but usually if you're an adult, you go there, it's just because your kid gets to run around and do stuff. Despite being very popular, the water park also has a pretty vocal group of haters online. There are tons of reasons to rip on the park, one of which being the ridiculous pricing group of haters online. There are tons of
Oh, that meat. Is that brisket? Oh, looks so good. That actually looks so good.
reasons to rip on the park, one of which being the ridiculous pricing. Some people have reported spending well over $1,000 just to stay for the weekend.
Wow.
For a weekend! Can you
That's
imagine
unreal.
going to get to Kansas, of all places, like hell on earth, and you're like, you know, I'd love to drop $1,200 on Timmy for his birthday. You're in an indoor. I mean, there's like there's 2 slides in a pool. Once I went there as a child, so I've never had to pay, but I gotta tell you, if I went there for a weekend, Friday, left Sunday, and I spent $1,200, Dad would be dead in the parking lot. Dad would be dead in the car. Why is Dad not moving in the car? And just, you see like a little Ford Explorer in the parking lot, and I'm just like, Let's take a quick break to do something important. Upgrade
Uh-oh,
my magic
sorry.
collection. The Marvel set is out, and I'm curious to see if there's anything. If you
I
follow
love
me on
this.
what.
Love
Thanks
you,
whatnot for
Papa
sponsoring the
Meat,
video.
but
Back to the video.
gonna
Once
skip
inside the
that.
building, you'll be met with an overwhelming smell of chlorine, and the sound of children screaming goes on all night. It's the worst kind of casino experience. Usually it's
I
loud
know,
music
like,
and
if it's
slot
just a place
machines.
for
This is
kids.
just the smell of chlorine and just children. Are these just
I can
screams
imagine.
of pleasure? Is this fun? Like, are kids having a good time, or is there a man walking around killing these kids? I don't know. I don't know. Also, the log cabin aesthetic does not help. It reads like a horror film. Yeah, I want.
I mean, yeah. Log cabins
walk around the
is a
halls with like a fucking machete.
Oh, would that work?
common
A
theme in
horror-themed
horror.
water park.
That would be awesome.
And then the water's blood.
The clientele would be terrible though. Like avid horror
That'll
fans
be-
are the fucking ugh.
Sliders everywhere.
Oh my god, sliders. Yeah. A bunch of fucking
Sliders.
big old boys and girls wearing like Jack Skellington shirts and shit like that. Can't wait for Terrifier 4 to come out. Or that'd be my hell. This is partly because they have games on every floor that run well into the night, encouraging children to run through the building and scream their heads off the entire time. One angry guest said, and I quote,
And with hundreds of kids in the water, the bathrooms are always empty.
this sentence perfectly describes the amount of piss and feces that can be found in the waters at the water park. Which I gotta say, I mean, do you think people
I
break
mean-
for turds?
No.
Does it just go by and you're like Neo dodging it? Oops, missed me. You keep swimming.
I never
What?
did this, but I always fantasize. You know, in pools they have the little like lip where the water like gets filtered. I was imagining putting
Oh,
my butt
no.
up to that and taking a poop in there. So I'm sure.
Nick,
Why is that a fantasy?
I'm just saying,
What?
as a kid, I
You
want
wanted to take a shit in
I mean, who else? Who else?
big dolphin
planet Earth.
drool just going around. I tell you what, I'm fucking real. Just a big dollop of spit. He's like, have you ever done it? Be honest.
no, but I no, I never pooped.
You can't say no, but
My friend was big into water polo, and he said all the time, like, "Oh yeah, we never used the restrooms; they were locked." He said that we'd piss in the pool, and then we'd go out into the field and take a shit. So
What?
just not even being able to wipe and then going back in the chlorine pool is just. That's crazy, man.
That's
Muddy
actually
waters is what
wild.
that is. People playing the blues. When staff are not fishing turds out of the splash
Ew.
pad, they're dumping gallons of chlorine into the pools to combat the constant flow of piss. They're basically doing chemical warfare. These kids are gonna get sick.
Chlorine's
It's
a
too much,
powder?
Joshua, I don't care. Because usually you do that.
I
shit
never thought
before
about
people
that. I
are-
thought it was
are
like a
out of the
liquid.
pool or whatever. I've seen people like dumping shit. Look, I mean, like dumping chlorine into the pool because they're just like probably maybe the pH levels are too fucked up or so. I don't know. The sheer amount of chlorine in the water regularly causes kids to suffer from severe chemical burns and vomiting after ingesting small amounts of the water.
Wow.
Damn.
Holy, how many?
They look like victims
What?
of fucking Chernobyl. Kid coming out of the pool. I've seen plenty of kids vomit from drinking chlorine though.
oh, I've never.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Oh, it's hilarious. It's
I
when
haven't
you're a
seen
kid,
that.
it's always so funny. Haha, there's Tanner, and he's like, oh, it's just water vomit. Oh.
What was your worst experience at a water park?
I was in a lazy river.
Okay, my worst experience at a water park would. I don't know. I mean, there's this one slide at a water park, and it's called Jagged Edge, and it's one of those where it's like, you know, it's like two humps, 3 humps. Yeah, it's one of the tallest in there, but this was I was kind of new to water slides, so I didn't know how to do it because there's mats you go down on your stomach and chest, and you hold on to handles and it's like you go down. But there were mats, but you don't have to use a mat. You can go on your back. So I went on my back, but at the end, I opened my legs, so all the water at the bottom just boom right into my nuts. So, and I was dying of pain, dude. I had to go lay down on towels for like an hour because I was like already burned out by then too. It's the sun stuff, and then that was just like, wow, that's got to be one of the worst, I would say. Yeah. Other than that, I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. Here's another one. So, I was at this other. It's the same water park, but it's a different one. Like it's a different city. Same branding, like Six Flags, but it's not Six Flags. And it was up in Salt Lake, and there's like this one slide that's like metal, and you have to carry this whole big sled to go down it. It's not like a mat; it's like a plastic sled. And those things were so heavy. And this was like, if it went now, like, it wouldn't be that big a deal because I'm 22. But, like, I was probably like 12, and it sucked. Okay, it was a big line. I had to carry it up a hill, and it was like 30-minute wait, me slugging around that. And the cement was hot. It was burning outside. It was like 100 degrees. And, it was a pain. I mean, that experience, it wasn't even the water park, it was just the whole experience. It was the worst, but, whatever. Good memories, I
Because it's
guess.
fun because the current's going, so you get to go fast. Woo! And I came up and a band-aid was stuck to me. Because
Experience.
slow
at a
back
water
here.
park.
I was in a lazy river. Wee! Because it's fun because the current's going, so you get to go fast. Woo! And I came up and a band-aid was stuck to my cheek like that. And
Oh.
I peeled it off and it was like just bloody as shit.
Ew.
And this girl came over, she's just like, "You got my scab."
Oh, she's hitting on you.
Yeah. See, it's so funny. That's how you decipher that. I'm like, it's disgusting. I was gagging basically, and you're like, "Hello, my lady." I guess the shoe fits.
I can't think of any bad experience like this, but I remember I was terrified of the wave pool.
Oh, I done wrong. I was a pussy at the wave pool. There's always
Why?
like one child in distress in a wave pool too. Have you ever noticed that? Every time you go to a wave pool, it's always one kid that's like
Sometimes it's chaotic, but like
way farther than they should be,
scared.
and they're like this. No one cares. No one cares. The lifeguard's just looking down at him like this. Some fat kid in a Tasmanian devil shirt just like this. Oh God!
He's having like a grand old time.
Oh my God!
That
thought. I still am haunted by that. Actually, it's bringing back deep memories. God, and it's at everyone. I don't know what attracts those kids out there. I always think about the fact, like those little fat son of a bitches in those shirts, like bobbing their way out to the deep end. I'm like, why do you keep going out that way? Come back this way. Also, the current is pushing you the opposite way. You're all the way down there. Outside the kids area, guests report that the rides and support beams are
those
corroding.
buckets.
At the Dallas location, the outdoor areas
Those
don't offer any
buckets
shade
are
unless you rent a cabana
a
or
vibe.
an umbrella, leaving the sun baking
I
the
remember
guests.
when you just
Also, mind you,
like when you were a kid and you go to those buckets, you stand there and then the bell rings and everyone goes running. You felt like Superman from Man of Steel when he's like that scene where he's like going up the beam to the alien ship. That's how you feel when you're standing under that water bucket. You feel like you're him. You got aura. You feel like the girls are watching you, probably being tough, but like, oh, those things are a vibe.
children. I like how they only if you have the cabana. Yeah, if you have the pup cabana. The Great Wolf Lodge, you gotta have the pack. You have to be a pack leader and get a cabana. I like how you would think that for a kids thing, it's like there has to be shade everywhere. Even if the facility you are staying at is great, some of the guests at the Great Wolf Lodge can be pretty fucking weird. While climbing the stairs to a water slide, a man records himself fondling and staring at his wife's butt while he's in line with children. Get your ass up there.
All right.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that's
Little-
probably a breeding ground for horn dogs.
I bet you, what I'm wondering now,
Not
that's
appropriate
gotta be a
place?
swingers playground. That's what it is, dude.
A
And
s-
I bet you anything,
what?
they fucking probably rent some rooms and they drink
A
in the
water
rooms. Like,
park?
go find the wolf. I don't think there is a wolf here, Dad. I think it's just called that. Go find him. You shut there. That's not Mommy. Her name's Teresa.
Okay, no, actually,
Slams the
I
door
see
in
it
the kid's face.
Yeah, Daddy's the wolf.
If the wolf's howling, don't come knocking. In 2017, a 3-week study was done in Canada to determine the average amount of piss found in public pools. They found an average of 20 gallons of piss whizzed out across 3 weeks. The authors view this as a public health concern, but most people aren't as concerned so long as they don't get caught doing it themselves, right? You don't think that's that much?
That's insane.
20 gallons over 3 weeks. We're talking thousands of gallons.
That's
of
a good
water.
point.
I think scientists, they're trying to.
Yeah, it's big pharma trying to stop us from enjoying ourselves. Okay. Former employees of various water parks revealed that the grossest part about the job was seeing what the water looked like before it was cleaned up and prepped for attendees to enter. One described large clumps of hair, sunglasses, old band-aids, used condoms, and all of that shit would just be floating around you as the pumps made it swirl into a torrent of just yuck.
See, condoms now, that disgusting.
I didn't even think about used condoms. We just got them talking about the swingers
What the
thing.
frick?
Can you imagine just be like, fucking rip it off and then just toss it in the water? It's insane.
Oh, I bet you there's some people bumping heads in the wave pool.
You talking this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you imagine being in the wave pool? And the guy
Oh
next
my
to you's
Nick.
like, uh-oh. Now you guys starting to collide and shit. You have your hands together. Oh no. I found out a lot
Now you
about
can't-
myself today at the water park I didn't know.
Oh, that
Jousting?
massive wave at the end there when it gets really big, you know. Going from
Honey, it's time to get
a
out. Give
good
me
time
minute.
to a bad time, if you know what I mean.
At a wildlife theme park in Kansas, children were playing in a splash pad where nozzles in the ground shot water up into the air. The CDC was alerted that multiple people had contracted. The CDC was alerted that multiple people had contracted an infection called shigellosis. Shigellosis. What the
Shigellosis?
had contracted an
Not
infection
with
called
that.
shigellosis. It turns out that a total of 40 people of varying ages became ill from the water park. 3 were hospitalized from shigellosis and another from norovirus. The CDC had to urge people to practice proper safety habits before re-entering the Kansas Wildlife Park. This included avoiding consumption of pool water and any poop or pee in the water. That's so true about Kansas, those fucking inbred bastards over there. You guys realize you can't eat and drink piss, right? Are you serious? Are you serious? I was planning on going up to the wildlife park and getting me some shigellosis. They also advised against standing over the splash pad jets, worried that it would rinse feces off of people's asses and end up in other people's...
What? What?
It would worried that it would rinse feces off people's asses and end up in others' mouths. What is this hellscape? Are people just sitting there like... It's like shit water going everywhere.
Oh my.
But I tell you, it is fun. It's fun being out here at
Just
Wildlife Park.
like that Angry Birds.
I'm trying to be.
That scene
let me
from Angry
ground
Birds.
myself here. Do I even wipe good enough?
The-
That's why I use bidets now. Sometimes there's nothing left
Gargle in the
after.
water.
I think I wipe good, but then some days I'll take my pants off. God damn! What the hell happened?
You're like, when did I put a brown marker in my pants? Yeah.
I wipe until I bleed. I'm like,
You wipe until you bleed?
Oh my
no wonder you're
gosh.
sick all the time. Because you probably bleed, have open sores in your ass. You're getting poop into your bloodstream, dude.
Getting sepsis.
I mean, you can sit there and laugh like I feel like that's why you're always walking with a limp and shit. I mean, why? I thought you've had scurvy for like a couple. I think it's just because you got shit. I think you got a little shit butt.
I've always wondered that. Yeah, if you have an open sore in your asshole, there's poop coming out of there. Is that?
Yeah, it's easy to get infected. I don't think just because it's your asshole doesn't mean that. I think it's going in your bloodstream, buddy. Let's just start. What? God damn, you're getting down after a little hurt locker down there. I'm telling you, ease up on yourself. I tell you, sometimes if I don't have the bidet, seriously, it feels like it's just like a kind of like a melted Hershey Kiss is just always on the precipice of my asshole. I can never. It doesn't matter. The more I wipe, I'm like it never goes anywhere. I even try scooping, digging anything. It doesn't get out
That
of
might
there.
be a hemorrhoid.
No, it's not a hemorrhoid. I've had a hemorrhoid. I have a hemorrhoid. You don't get rid of them. That thing came out of my ass. I'm telling you, I was like wiping one time. I was like, it's all sore. I'm not even, I think I've said this before, but it was like the size and the same, as hard as a green apple Jolly Rancher. It was like that. It was unfucking real. It was pulsating and shit. I could feel my heartbeat on that. I was sitting there, I was like,
Oh my
This weekend,
gosh.
I don't know what was up, but every time I went to the bathroom, I got shit on my hand.
What?
the water park thing is becoming more and more clear now, actually.
What is he
You're walking
talking
around,
about?
Splash in the pool. Shit all over your hands. Within the past couple of years, over in Kentucky, a water park dealt with a chlorine-resistant parasite that had to shut down temporarily. They're evolving. That's fucking scary.
That's
That's
crazy.
Such a sci-fi movie. Chemicals, they aren't killing it anymore. Motherfucker just mean mugging you from the water. I dare you to come in here with me. At Raging Water, Sacramento, a brawl involving 40 people broke out over a towel. The battle began after two drunk women got into an argument over someone's towel being stolen. And as it escalated, 35-year-old Christopher Neves tried to step in and break up the fight, but was assaulted and left unconscious without a pulse. After Christopher went down, things escalated and involved both families fighting one another in front of their kids. Eventually, police were called, and the park was shut down early while the police figured out what the fuck actually happened. And a similar situation occurred at Kalahari Resort in Ohio when someone cut in line at a surfing ride. As soon as the person cut, an argument broke out, and eventually a 10-person brawl was broken up by lifeguards. The fight would resume with 23-year-old Brittany Cabay throwing punches at nearby guests until she was picked up and body slammed into the ground. My God. She would suffer from a guest until she was picked up and body slammed into the ground.
Oh my golly! Bro! Whoa, wait, hold on. Look at her head.
Throwing punches at nearby guests until
Look
she
at
was
his
picked
head.
up and body slammed into the ground.
She got folded like a freaking pancake. Golly, dude.
My God. She would suffer from a severe head injury that would cause her to lose consciousness. And during the chaos, her boyfriend Zachary would reportedly pick up a chair, hurl it into the crowd, then slip and knock himself unconscious, joining his girlfriend in the astral plane. Just baking in the sun. You'd think that the standard equipment for a security guard at a water park would be a radio and maybe handcuffs, yet online, security guards are posting photos of their handguns before their shits at water parks.
Handguns?
Okay, I don't know.
Well,
shooting rounds in the water. This has turned water park security guards into the laughing stock of the profession, with others showing off their over-the-top
yeah, that's actually crazy.
In 2022, deputies were called to Hurricane Harbor Splashtown Park regarding a group of teens who refused to leave after being asked. During the arrest, a teen jumped on the deputy's back. Nearby security guards refused to leave after
they look like the type. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
After being asked. During the arrest, a teen jumped on the deputy's back. Nearby security guards tried to step in and help, but that only drew the teen's attention to them. As the security guard began to assist, a teen girl punched them in the head while the other teens bit them on the arm. Eventually, all the teens would be arrested and charged with resisting arrest and assaulting an officer. As soon as a girl bit me right here, I fucking take her upper her mouth and I just like fucking Kong breaking that dinosaur's joke.
Gosh.
I do one of those. The girl hit me. She'd be like, no. I take my baton and I do right through her sternum. I said, just test me. Just test me. And she's probably got poop on her teeth. Everything we've heard about today by water parks, she's got probably shit teeth, like a zombie attack. I only have so much time before I turn myself. I'm going to take as many of you down with me as I can. And then, I'd fucking rain hell on everybody.
The gun comes out. I'm killing innocents at this point.
Jesus. God.
That's a
also,
whoa.
That line, my God,
wow.
I'm killing innocents.
That's
I'm killing innocents at this point. Bystanders. People just, yeah, whatever. All right, dude. Many water parks deal with serial poopers or peers in their waters. However, one park dealt with a serial peer who liked to piss on the rocks in the sauna room to fill it with steamed urine. At another water park, a lifeguard reported watching a man squat and lay a steam coil 20 feet from the bathroom, making direct eye contact with them. A man recalled that his younger brother used to go to the shallow end of his local pool and scoop up pieces of poop in a styrofoam cup to get free hot dogs from concession stands.
What?
What kind of deal is this? For every styrofoam cup of poopy fill, you get one free Coney dog. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? I guess that, you know what, that kind of rules, though. Clean up the pool,
that's
get
crazy.
the poo-poo out,
get a hot dog.
Get a free hot dog. But see, that causes more poop in the pool. That's the catch-22 of the whole situation. At a water park in Texas, new lifeguards were encouraged during their training to jump into the pool to pee rather than waste time finding a bathroom.
I'm telling you, anybody who's like a water animal or something,
What do you mean a water animal?
A
What does
water
that mean?
animal?
Maybe someone who's just like an avid swimmer or something.
Yeah,
Oh.
like sport.
That's a
Oh,
interesting way
your
to put
buddies
it.
that do the pool. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure they just piss in the
They
pool.
encourage it.
I just think it's disgusting.
It is.
I mean, you know, and when they are not fishing poop out of the water park staff are constantly catching people having sex. It's extremely common for people of all
That's-
ages, including teens, to be caught in the act
That's
at a
crazy.
water park. It doesn't matter if it's in the lazy river or the wave
All
pool.
right.
People will literally do
All
it anywhere
right.
because they're fucking savages.
Did you see that old video of that one woman looking at the lifeguard who was doing this, like doing the scanning, and she thought she was like some kind of robot or alien? That was like a big conspiracy.
I do remember
like,
that.
aliens are at the water parks.
God, dude.
They say it's to keep you alert, so you're scanning the pool, and also so you don't fall asleep. They say like it's a technique, like
I have seen so many lifeguards asleep
like,
at their post. Because the thing is,
they're going
perfect 'cause
crazy
they wear
with
the,
that.
they wear the glasses and they'll
They're
sit
gonna
there.
get like
There's this
freaking
one guy that was like this.
get nauseous
His
doing
glasses
that.
on, you
Like,
could just tell he was like. Also looks comfy up in those big wooden chairs. Little umbrella over here in the shade. Nice breeze coming in. Especially at a water park too. A little bit of water, just kind of the mist hitting you. I'd be out. I'd be out like. Also, can you imagine?
That
me?
does
Can you
sound
imagine
nice.
me being a lifeguard? A big fat ass. I would just be like, just use my body to try to propel yourself
Cannonball!
up, and I'll just float down to the bottom. If you've ever gone down a water slide, then you'll know that there are tons of signs and warnings for good reason. Looking at some of the slides found at water parks, it was a miracle that they were ever approved. Action Park is widely regarded as one of the most dangerous amusement water parks ever to open.
Everyone
For
told me about
starters,
this.
The park featured an attraction called the Tarzan Swing, which let guests swing off a platform into a large pool. While it might sound harmless, it was anything but. On more than one occasion, guests would hold onto the rope too long and launch themselves into the pool's concrete wall. Guests also regularly dislocated their shoulders from the rope due to excessive torque during the swings, and pool itself was spring-fed, making it incredibly cold. This actually led to one person having a heart attack and dying after going to the shock from being in the water. If rope swings
That's
aren't your
crazy.
thing, you could go down the Cannonball Loop water slide. The slide
This
was
was
a
actually
50-foot
insane.
long metal tube with a fully enclosed loop at the bottom. Riders at the top would have to be hosed down, otherwise there'd be too much friction and they would get trapped at either the top or bottom of the loop in complete darkness. And most of those who rode it came back out bruised and bloodied. According to a former employee, the owner, Gene Mulvihill,
actually
would pay
crazy.
them $100 just to test ride the slide to make sure it was safe. It's $100. Get it down. After it was open, it was shut down permanently due to high number of injuries and maintenance needs. Many parents online have
Hey,
discussed
whoa,
how
whoa.
nerve-wracking permanently due to high number of injuries. Sure, it was safe. It's $100.
That's
Get it
the
down.
sled.
After it was open,
This is the ride I'm talking about. It's not exactly the same, but it's that where it's a metal slide with like these little rolly things on it. Yeah, these little rolly things, and there's like this sled. Mine's the sled I had to carry was a little bit thicker than that, but yeah,
it was shut down
You
permanently
go
due to
down.
high number of injuries and
And you go in the
maintenance
water,
needs. Many
yeah.
parents online have discussed how nerve-wracking it is to take their young child to a water park on account of how many potential injuries can occur. Some unfortunate kids have ended up seriously injured due to either recklessness or pure misfortune. One 14-year-old was left seriously injured after being sucked into a water park drain in Funtown Water Park in Crystal Beach, Texas. The teenager had been messing around with his friends, and at one point he had
That's
randomly
crazy.
decided
Into a
to pick up
drain?
a large grate attached to the drain in one of the park
All right.
pools. Why?
natural
I don't know.
natural selection.
County
Okay,
sheriffs believe that he did
That's
this as some
that's
sort
unreal.
of dare. As soon as he lifted it up, he slipped and fell inside the suction from the drain and began holding him underwater. His friends rushed to alert staff members. Who
What is
turned
this,
off the pump,
SpongeBob?
hoping it would release the
You know,
suction, but it continued pulling him
Plankton
down. And he
and
was
Mr.
eventually
Patrick?
forced out of the
That
drain
one
and was
episode?
hospitalized due to the internal injuries he suffered. No legal action has ever been publicized about the disaster, so who knows? Maybe they paid him out of pocket.
Show the image of the crab getting sucked into the pipe.
what is he
Water
talking about?
pressure's scary.
Yeah. I think water slides are scary. I mean, like, I'm claustrophobic. I tell you, like, as a kid, I don't know how I did it. Those water slides are fucking... it's insane. I'm freaked out by water slides now. I can't do it. The more you look into water parks, the more archaic they seem. From the people, the sanitation, and the
surprised.
endless risk to your physical safety, it's hard to imagine not
This
feeling
is
at least
way
a little
less
nervous attending one. There's truly
just
no
thought I
telling
was
what
gonna
can happen when
go
you enter a
into.
place like that. So, if you find yourself going to a water park for whatever reason, be prepared for the dangers
I
that
do
lurk
wanna go
above
on that.
and below the water. And for the love of God, go to the doctor after. Just do a general checkup when you're done.
They say, also, wipe your butt.
Wipe your butt and go pee in a toilet. Go poop in a toilet, for the love of God. And wipe your ass.
But it's so cold.
Ooh, it's cold. Pee make me warm.
All right.